All In, headed to Wembley a little bit later this year. As of this recording, it's Thursday. The official on sale for All In is tomorrow on Friday. The initial number that came out on Tuesday from Tony Khan, I believe, was 35,000 tickets sold for that show. The pre-sale then increased to 47,000 tickets sold on Wednesday, per Tony Khan's tweet, and that's without other tickets being sold heading into Friday. So my initial projection, I had said this on hashtag several weeks ago, that if they can get between 40 and 50, that's great. I mean, like I said, their previous record was 20,000. It wasn't really about beating the record. That was inevitable. It was more about, because I don't know if they're setting it up for 90,000. I really don't know. But that stadium does fit 90,000. So a lot of people, when the show was announced, were thinking, it's completely crazy to go there when they can go somewhere smaller. Why not just go to either the O2 or Craven Cottage or whatever that fits a lot less than 90? It doesn't always look great when you try to run a building that's 90, but you actually get like 40 in there. But again, per these early numbers, even if brokers are involved here, I still think that's a strong number. Assuming they're 85% legit, you can kind of shed some more light on that. You have more expertise in that area. I still think these are strong numbers, and it's shaping up to be a big show without even a single match or named announced. So I just want to get your thoughts on what you think of these numbers, what you think the ultimate number is, and give me some analytics as far as the percentage of brokers, real tickets, and stuff like that, and how many people you think will end up being at All In.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, like you said, I think, off the number alone, like you said, 35,000 initially, that's definitely a good start. It really depends on what they have available. It depends on all different sales. Like, we do sales that, we've had some concerts this year, like the volume was so high, like, just, we didn't even really have it on sale, just because we just put everything in the pre-sale, just because we knew it was going to sell out. So I'm not sure exactly if all their allotments in the pre-sale, what they have. It really depends on how they set it up. Like I said before, depending on, there is going to be a good handful of brokers. Like I said, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. The first time they've come over, it's in a big show, big arena. That's just going to approach brokers just in general, just like anything in the States would, like any big event will. But it really depends on what their allotment is. If it's like they have it set up for 50,000, they've sold, or 60,000, they sold 47 already, that would make the general public 13,000. Like I said, then it'd be more attractive for a broker to then resell the tickets, because there's not that many tickets available to sell. Realistically, I think they would look for a number like that based on the analytics now. Like I said, just because 47,000 tickets have been bought, that doesn't mean 47,000 people are coming. Like I said, if they open up for 90 and they already have 47,000, I think there would be a mistake. I think at this point, if they have 47,000 sold now, I'd probably aim for closer to like a 60,000, like you said. I think that would make the most sense. But like I said, I don't know what they've capped off, what they have available, but I think with what's sold, you have to then base on how many people probably are brokers that are reselling, or just people in general that are reselling, and then you have to then kind of figure out how many people you think are going to attend. So it is definitely a weird thing, because it's like you said, people see the number and immediately think, okay, 47,000 people are coming, which is just not the case. But it really depends on what they're looking for. But I think they should shoot for 55, 60,000. And then if they have 47,000, like I said, plus the general public, depending on how many people actually come and are reselling, it'd probably be close to a sellout in that aspect if they had 60,000 allotted.
Yeah, I think 60 is probably more realistic now, personally. Coming off the news, again, if they sell 60,000 tickets, will 60,000 people be there? I'm not sure. We won't know until that day comes later on in August. I think it would be definitely close to that. Like I said, my initial projection was between 40 and 50. I think anything beyond that at the time would have been great. And I still think it'll be great. Anything over 50 for this company that has never...
I think anything over 40, or honestly, probably anything over 40 or 50 would probably hit the number, just making it worth it financially.
Oh, definitely.
So,
yeah,
that
definitely.
alone is a win at that point.
Especially for a promotion that has never run a big show like this. I don't have the number in front of me. I was kind of wondering earlier, and I should have pulled it up, and I still can. If you want to, you can. Clash of the Castle, WWE's first major show over in London. Not London, Cardiff, in Wales last year. I don't know how many people they fit into that show. Just because if they did less doesn't necessarily mean much, just because, I mean, first of all, they inflate the numbers. The numbers aren't always legit. Second of all,
they had announced attendance of 62,296.
Okay, so I mean, it's probably, assuming it's inflated, it's probably closer to 50, 55. I don't know how many. They usually boost it up.
It looks like it normally holds around 74, so that number might not be too inflated.
Okay, yeah, maybe it is 60. I don't know what the ticket prices were for that show because I heard they were very expensive. So again, like we were talking about before, I don't really know what the benefit is. You would probably know better than I would. Whether you want more people in there for cheaper tickets, or do you want to make more money? Because I don't know what was the final number that they made? Was it 5 million? You said it earlier. I forgot.
I thought I saw a figure that Tony Khan had posted. I thought it was like £3 million, but
maybe it's $7 million. I don't know.
I don't know what the conversion is. I could have sworn I saw it said like 7 or 3 million pounds. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know if they want to make as much money off it as possible and they'll raise the ticket price. Because again, like you said, the demand's going to be there because it's their first show overseas in London. It's a massive stadium. It's going to be a special event, a once-in-a-lifetime type of thing.
43,000 tickets have been sold. It's 4.5 million pounds, $5.7 million.
Okay, yeah, so around $5-6 million, which is great. Again, and that's only from the pre-sale. So is that the peak? Will they not sell anymore? I highly doubt it. Obviously, they're selling more tickets tomorrow. I think 60 is probably the number they're looking at. Honestly, to me, anything over 60 is exceeding my expectations, and I'm no fucking expert. And again, not even nearly as much as you are, but I still think that'd be a pretty strong number for a show that, again, originally their record was close to 20, and at that time, that was still very impressive. Will they ever do 60,000 people over here in the U.S., like WrestleMania numbers? Probably not. I don't think so. But just given the circumstances, I think it's awesome that they're doing that over in that show. And again, that's without a single name or match being announced. And how much would the card really affect ticket sales? I mean, typically you would think that would be the case, but I think it's more of the novelty of it at this point, and just knowing, not even knowing, oh, is Punk going to be on the show? Is fucking like Goldberg going to be there? Like, I think people will go regardless and not just because of who's on the show, but a strong card would help. I mean, AEW, they're shaping up to have a very interesting and fun summer between Double or Nothing later this month. Forbidden Door, I think, is in July. No, in June? I don't remember. I think it's in June. They're headed to Canada in July. That's where they're finishing the Owen Hart Cup tournament with the men and the women. August is All In. And then September is the All Out show in Chicago, I think a week later, which is also a risk as well to run 2 pay-per-views back-to-back. And then that's not even including the AEW Collision show, which we've already talked about before, reportedly coming in, debuting in Chicago in mid-June on Saturday nights.